Hello and welcome to Business Hub, your one-stop business mart where we link up business owners with their target market. My name is Omobolanle Adesuyi, and of course today we would be discussing the business of acting with Waliyat Akinwumi, an actor and entrepreneur. Good evening.
Good evening.
Thank you for joining me on Business Hub.
You're welcome.
So what does acting mean to you, especially in a country like Nigeria?
There are two questions just asking now. What does acting mean to me, number one, and what does acting mean to me in business in Nigeria?
Yes.
I think that's like two questions.
Okay.
If acting, to me, acting is more or less like a passion, and what I'm actually pursuing is just my passion. But acting in Nigeria, you know what
it's
it is?
A whole entire
it's her business entirely, something else entirely from what everybody just sees that.
So if you were to describe acting, especially looking at the challenges that a lot of actors face in Nigeria, how would you describe it?
I just think probably because of the kind of economy we still have and way people still tackle things in the country still affect us in the industry as well. So it's not about just the Nollywood alone, but it's about every business in the country. So
there are no peculiar challenges
I don't think so.
that actors face in Nigeria?
Okay, maybe, let me say the piracy thing. After making, using your whole lot of money, using whole lot of money to produce a movie, and someone just come from somewhere and bring out the pirated copy. So do you understand, like, the pains you go through? Though none has actually happened to me before in all the movies I've produced, but still people will go through it. I understand their plight. I understand that what they and the pain they are actually going through. Do you get? So that is the only problem we're still facing in Nollywood in Nigeria. Like,
how long have you been in acting, and how did you get into acting?
It's just almost 2 years, not 2 years yet, and I thank God it's been okay.
How did you get into acting?
Okay, I actually got into acting through because I was doing modeling, not really modeling like that, but I got a called because I was a model. I did it on one newspaper dress model, sometimes like that. So we're like, oh, who is this girl? Who is this girl? So that was how I had the edge of entering into the industry.
Okay, so now looking at the Nollywood, the Nigerian film industry, what are some of the areas you think we've developed, in areas we think we've gotten better over the years?
At the camera, they've really been trying. Then the new producers we have now, they've been bringing out different good stories that help people. So I think we've tried in our storyline and bringing the camera to the limelight. Like, the cameras we use now, it's more dope than before.
That's technology.
Like, that's technology. So at least Nigerian Nollywood are actually adopting that as well. So it's helping us outside the country for people who want to watch our movie. Like, oh, they have a good. Before you can settle down for a movie, you want to watch what the camera looks like. Before you can do that, then we have good producers who, that brings out good stories to everyone now.
Okay, so what does it take to be an actor in Nigeria?
In Nigeria, do I know?
Well, you're an actor, so of course, did you go for trainings? Did you study theater arts in school? What exactly does it take to become an actor?
That's why I said, do I know? Because my own story is actually different from some other people's story. Okay. Like now, I didn't go to any school for acting, and I didn't go through any training of acting.
Really?
Yes. So that's why I said, do I know? And while we have some people who go through all that before they're actually on the screen, so there are two different people. But I can't say I didn't learn, because it's not immediately I got to the industry, like everything just started going like that. I had to still calm myself down, learn some other things. Like, okay, I think I have more passion in this one. Let me just try as much as possible to just learn from people indirectly. Do you get?
What roles do you play in movies? Like, what are the major roles you've played?
I thank God I've not been stereotyped, so I can play anything. I've been a friend. I've been no, I've not been a mother. I've been a babysitter, and I've been I've been a girlfriend.
Have you acted as a mad woman?
No, not yet.
A house
not
girl.
Yet. House girl. I can't call it a house girl.
Because it looks like most times they say that a lot of actors start from the small roles like Waka Pass.
No, I have never done that.
House girl.
I have never done that. The only I can't say it's an house help. It's just a babysitter.
Okay.
And it's a partial. I don't have to work for them. I just have to take care of their child.
Okay, so what was your first role? What was it like?
My first role, I acted with Remi Surutu, Auntie Remi Surutu.
Okay.
And thank God, I didn't even know I could even do that. I had to shout and be aggressive with her. And I did it right. So that was the thing. So I didn't really start from you have to work up house, you have to
Okay, so yours was just the boom effect.
It wasn't the boom effect. I just didn't start as low as what people would think. Okay, you have to do, you have to go through that in the industry.
So now a lot of people, especially when they watch movies and they see a particular actor acting in a very maybe unacceptable way, immoral way, so to speak, they tend to carry that same character to the person's real life, and then they begin to see the person that way. How has that affected you? Has it affected you in any way?
I've never done any inappropriate sin before, but the thing is that even if my mom, even your mom is watching movie at home, like probably someone is like they're always so aggressive. I'm like, come on, they're only acting. And even when we see Hollywood movies, they do things that they go extra mile to just bring it to your reality. Like, okay, this is who they are. There's a difference between acting and having carrying the real portrayal of what you're trying to let people understand. But in Nigeria, you must not even try that. If you do that too much, and that is what cost, that is why.
So is that like a challenge? Is it impeding
I think
growth?
It's even in my home, I still have the problem with my mom. So when she's watching movies, or my people like, why we should do it? Come on, she's only acting. You can see maybe she's doing something like they'll just start cussing. Can you stop cursing these people? They are only acting. People only react. I think acting is like when you react on action. So, but people do. I think Nigeria, because of the way the mentality we have in our country, we tend to take some things personal. So even in the industry, you have to be careful if you don't want to have that same problem outside. So I think it's still the challenge we face from people who watch us from home. Like, but why we should do that? Even someone that is maybe someone that actually a thief that is always acting like a thief every time. How Lenny she always seriously. Must you think, okay, this is what she does? Okay, someone that is wearing bomb shot on a normal day she might not even wear it out, but because she has to act that character, do you get? She has to do that, like she's a prostitute, she's this, she's that. And no, it's just a character. She's trying to train the character. So that's just the thing. Okay,
so when you look at all the roles you've played, which would you say is your most favorite?
That's for the movie Babysitter.
Okay.
I love my character in that movie. I love, especially the way I cried at like almost. At
You love the way you cried.
I think I love that part. I love that scene. I love my character being the babysitter, and I think I love myself. The way I just suffered, it was just quite interesting.
Really?
Because that has never happened to me in real life, suffering to that kind of extent. So having to go through that in the movie, and after when people watched the movie and they were so like, oh, this is so I was like, wow.
So when you act a scene where you have to cry, how do you bring yourself to that point of crying?
I don't even know. It takes time before me I cry. I don't know. Maybe it's just
do you rub? Because when we were younger, we used to think they put rub.
No. Some people are very gifted, talented, and crying before anything. Action,
talented and
crying. While some of us we are not that talented and crying. Even if I'm not crying, you might not even see tears on my face. But when I cry with my voice, you would think I'm really actually crying. That's just the thing. Some of the scenes there, people just feel like, she's crying. Funny thing, I wasn't even crying, but my voice cried everything. Do you get? So that's just it.
Okay, so now looking at how Nollywood has been, a lot of comments, a lot of what would I say now? A lot of people say that for female actors, they have to go through all manner of harassment. Some even throw their bodies, have to sleep with some of their producers to get big roles and to get their big break. How true is this?
I've never gone through that before, and I've never seen someone that has happened.
But have you heard it being said?
We've been hearing, even before I got into the industry, we've been hearing it, and it's always a tag for every actor, like, she must have, maybe she has. That's just the thing. But I think this thing happened in other industries as well. Doctors, they have all these kind of things going on. Lawyers, they have because we are just faces. Do you get? Has that kind of more tags. Okay, that's what we do. No. We even have young producers now that they produce their own movie. They don't even have to go and line up for someone to give them roles. So, but when a producer sees a potential in you, be like, oh, I think I can work with this kind of person. Does that mean she's actually sleeping with them? No. But I think the industry has to have some that kind of, let me say, not really smooth beginning before. So even though if you're not doing this, still tag you like, okay, she's still doing it. So I think that's just the problem. But I personally have never encountered such.
What about the issue of equal pay? I know that there have been talks about how some male actors get better paid than. I know it happens in every industry, of course, but in the movie industry, does it happen?
I think there should be people will be getting paid more than each other. Why? Because it depends on your work. It depends on what level you are in the industry. You can't expect someone that's been there for years and people want to see the person's face.
So it has nothing to do with gender.
It doesn't have. Once you are good and it's what people really want. Okay, she's the face already. Your pay will be surely better than someone that is just upcoming.
Okay, talking about face now. Okay. You know, there's also I'm coming up with a lot of myths and hearsays that people say when you hear, oh, she's an actor. When it comes to the fact that the light complexioned women are always getting more roles than those who are dark complexioned. Is that true?
I don't think so. Like seriously, I don't think so. I do hear that like, okay, people who are light complexion have more they are more visible on the screen than people that I don't think so. I don't think so, because we have some actors that we know that they are even dark skinned and even more doing better than people that are light skinned. So I don't think that is. It's just people just hook up things here and there and just put them all together.
Because there was a particular time an actress who was actually dark skinned came out to talk about these issues, saying that it took her a long time to make a big break. Number one, because of her skin color, because of her gender and all that. Would you say she was not being truthful? Or maybe it happened in those days.
It doesn't. It might happen to her and it might have happened before, but I don't think we have more actresses that.
Or maybe because you are light skinned, you may not know what those who are dark skinned go through.
Maybe, but I don't think that's actually happened. I don't think so. It might have happened, but where I am and people I've worked with, I don't think they separate who they work with or who they don't work with. They just work with you with what you can deliver, what you can give to to them. That's all the directors and the producer have actually met.
Okay, so being an actor and a producer, also an entrepreneur, would you say movie making or acting is lucrative in Nigeria?
Yes, to some extent, and to some extent is not. When you're just entering into the industry, my star, don't let me lie to you. You might even put 4 million on a movie and you still be getting 500,000 naira later. But with time, that's why anything you want to do, you just have to have passion for it. Because there's no business that doesn't have its own bad and its own good. Like, I'm an entrepreneur, I have a studio that I run as well. Do you get? I know some days it's just like this, some days it's just not like that. So when it happens to me in movie industry, I'm producing a movie and something like that happen, I would, okay, this is just the part of the business. All I have to do is just like, okay, buckle myself up and what else can I do to make this thing more different from what I've done before. And even the previous one that got me at lost might even still get me more money. You don't get money at once on movie. It might even be after 2 years, probably just produce another movie. Like, so this guy has been producing. What other movie have you produced? And you just mentioned like, and everybody will just go back to that movie and start getting the money back. So business, you just have to be patient, calm, and surely you get there.
All right, we've been speaking with Waliyat Akinwumi. She is an actor and entrepreneur, and we've been discussing the movie business or acting business in Nigeria. Okay, so looking at where you've started from and where you are now, what would you say are the things you've learned that you can pass down to other up-and-coming actors?
Patience. Like, and the movie Babysitter it taught me extra patience. So patience is something you have to just.
How many movies have you produced?
I produced just 2.
Okay.
That's Ice and Babysitter.
Okay.
So you just have to be patient. You just have to be patient in whatever, because it's not that, okay, because Waliyat Akinwumi came in a year and a half and she has produced 2 movies, or she has been in like a lot of other Nollywood movies, I will just come and it's just going to be like that for me. It might not be like that. Do you get? It's just, you have to be patient. So patience is just the key to a success. So
okay.
That is the thing.
Okay, so you have to be patient. Doesn't mean that the patience is it for the period when you put in your money and when you're expecting the returns, or is it for when you're working with your crew?
when you're working with your crew, when you're putting on your money, when you're even expecting from other people, you just have to be patient. Patient, and the patience is just everything. That's why I just count it out. Because there are some other things like, on a normal day, if it happens to me, like the other part of me outside the industry, it wouldn't be. But by the time I apply patience to it helps. So you just have to be patient. Like, you get into the industry and you be like, everything is just going to come like that. No, it's not going to be like that. But as far as that you keep on being steadfast, patient, and doing more for yourself, you get there. That's just the thing.
Okay, so let's talk about, you mentioned the issue of piracy earlier on. How has this affected the movie industry in Nigeria?
The movie industry in Nigeria, I can say the producer in the industry in Nigeria, because when someone actually produces a movie with some okay, let's just say, okay, you produce a movie,
so you don't think it affects the actors, it affects just the producers?
It affects just the producers, because because you pay all actors before they come on your set. So it's none of your own business at the end of the day. He's the producer or the marketer that actually put down the money. So the marketer still the producer or something like that. So by the time you put down your money and the movie comes out, okay, on Monday you've been shouting this movie is coming out on Monday, and the movie came out on Monday and on Tuesday and you're saying the pirated copy. How would you've not even getting 100,000 out of 200? So it affects the producers a lot.
How do you think the industry is dealing with this?
We can only, I think, I really don't know, but I think the one that happened on YouTube, like I think somehow like said people wanted to bring piracy to on YouTube, like you upload a movie today and next month it'll be on another page with another title, same your own movie as well.
Really?
But I think YouTube have really done something real, like if you report that kind of thing, they'll bring down the channel, they'll bring down the movie, and all the money that's actually accumulated, I think, will be passed back to you who owns the movie. So I think YouTube had really done something great in that. But the other ones, they can't. Even if a thief actually stays in Nigeria, it takes all years for government to even talk less of pirated copies and people who does that. So it's really, the government are not, I think they are not really doing something really tangible to this in taking stopping this act.
Okay, let's take a short break. We'll be back. We're still talking the business of acting in Nigeria. Welcome back. It's still Business Hub, your one-stop business mart where we bridge the gap between business owners and their target market. I still have in the studio Akinwumi Waliyat. She is an actor and entrepreneur. She's been telling us about the business of acting in Nigeria. So let's talk about the issue of getting your movies to meet the demands of those who are at home, those who you want to reach out to. How do you bridge that gap?
By the time you put it on YouTube, people who can even have access to this, because it's not everybody that still have DVD. They have the opportunity to watch a movie on YouTube. Then African Magic, you sell to African Magic, and as well to marketers who are going to put it on.
But I'm talking about the fact that how do you identify the kind of needs you want to meet? For instance, you want to make a movie about child labor, or you want to make a movie about poverty. How do you identify what concepts
to go for,
or what inspires the concept you go for your movies?
Okay, like my first movie, I addressed the fact of outbreaks and stuff like that, how people can move on. But its second movie, I think I really taught some parts which we need to understand in the society we have, like mothers being able to take note of things in the house. Everybody are guilty of it. When you get to the kitchen, you just, because you've watched the plate in the morning and just feel like, okay, I've watched it in the morning, let me just use it like that. Do you get, like, being neatness in house is actually very paramount in the house. Then what could I say? Then some mothers, when they, okay, I think this actually happened to me when I was in child labor. There was one woman they brought to give birth. She had 2 stillbirths, and they were telling her for the third one, like, she has to go through operation, and she was still insistent, like, do you still want the child? It's not that they just want to cut you off for cutting sake. It's because it's going to save you and the child. Do you get? So that was why I got some part of the story that actually I twisted the dough. But when doctors tell you, okay, madam, you have to go through operation and stuff like that, you just go for it. It's not because of the money they want to take or something. Just
so you try to
pick up things,
societal issues.
Do you get? So I think that then which I talked about what else? Okay, being patient. Again with God, anything you are going through in life, you just have to be patient. If you are not, it might affect your future, because once you are not patient, it's what is going to spoil is going to be more than what you're actually crying for. So when things happen to you in life, just keep calm and think, okay, something better is actually coming. So I think I addressed just those 3 things in the last movie I did.
So when you're not acting, what do you do?
I'm an entrepreneur.
Yes, of course, that's a broad word.
I produce handmade shoes. Okay. I do makeup, and I'm a skin therapist as well. Jack of all trades.
Yeah, what they call Bogboniche.
Jack of all trades, master of all.
Okay, so how do you find time for yourself in the midst of all this?
I won't lie to you, I've not been finding time for myself. Like, in recent years, like, it's just been, just have to pick the day as it just comes. I know I'm not just there yet. I just still have to. Women we have nowadays, I can bet with you, they are trying to do better for themselves. So I really still don't have that much time for myself for now, which I know very soon I'll still have. So all I just do is, okay, what else can I do to differentiate myself from anything I'm doing presently?
I know you talked about the fact that you didn't go for any training to become an actor, but is the place of training, is it really important in acting?
Yes, I just said it. I still picked up from other people that I met there. Like, okay, script writing is actually different from you having a story. So my first movie I gave it to someone to write. The second movie I had a problem with some script writer, and it was just 4 days for us. I think 3 days to enter the location, and no actors still have the script. I just had to pick myself with Waliyat. You've learned some other things. Try to write. I wrote the whole story within 6 hours. When I sent it to the director, I was like, I'm done. It was like, you're not producing again. Are you? Because of you, don't worry. I was like, sir, it's not that I'm done writing the script. It was just like, after it was like, then what were you doing since all this? It's like, when you get to somewhere, you have to learn. So if not through all those learning I've tried to accumulate within that 1 year, I wouldn't be able to write that kind of story into a script. You get within just 6 hours.
So are you looking to passing down this knowledge to up and coming actors? Like maybe organizing some little workshop training?
For now, no, because I have people who calls me in and tell me that, okay, I want to be under you. Auntie, no. For now, I have a lot of things to still do, so I cannot just lie to them, like, okay, don't worry, come under me, come and pay this kind. No, I'm not ready for that yet. Maybe by the time I get there, that okay, I think I'm ready. But for now,
So where do you see Nollywood in the next, say, 5 years? I
think a very, very good place, because even before I don't sit down to watch Nollywood movies. All I do is Hollywood or this Korean movies. But recently I use my data to even download movies now, because I see producers writing good stories that you will learn from and be like, oh, this thing happened to me yesterday. Oh, this is how I should have just done it. Do you get? They're really passing good messages. So I believe the only thing we have to do more is effect, technology, and having good effect in our movie. And I'm very sure with little time, when you go to, even I have someone like, he cannot pay cinema for American movie. No, if it's not a Nigerian movie, then no. So I think we are getting there already. Like, people really want to just watch, oh no, Nigerian movie, and they just go for it. So I believe in the next 5 years we're going to go more than that. Most Nigerians won't be watching Hollywood again. They just won't watch.
Okay, what would be your final words? Any advice for up and coming actors, people who want to also go into acting?
The only thing I'm going to say is that passion is different from money. You just have to differentiate that. And most young people, they just want to say, I love acting. Come here. You cannot just love acting without having your money doing something else. Like, they just don't want to. Most of them just want to.
Are you saying you must have another means of income?
You must have another means of income. You must have something, because it's not every day they'll be calling you on location. So you just be watching, like, I have story in my head. Who does that? So don't let us be lazy Nigerians, seriously. Okay. Seriously. So passion aside, money aside, I love money, but I can still pursue my wanted to be an actor ever since. But even though, you know, Nigerian parents, if you're an actor, you must be prostitute, you must be so they didn't allow us to like me personally, they didn't allow me to like was able to say, oh, this is what I really want. But I can really go for it because I know that, okay, the money for me to do some other things actually there. Did you get? So please, Nigerians, youth of nowadays, stop going all around and said, I want to act. Have something else separately
to fall back on.
Yes, and then pursue that passion. Little by little, you will surely get there.
All right, fantastic way to wrap up the show today. Thank you so much, Waliyat Akinwumi. Thank you so much. It's been an interesting session with you. I've been speaking with an actor and entrepreneur, Akinwumi Waliyat, and this is where we wrap it up on today's edition of Business Hub on Impact Africa Television IATV. Remember that this show, Business Hub, will be on YouTube at IATV Africa. You can watch it there. My name is Omobolanle Adesuyi. Enjoy the rest of your week. Bye.